Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the best damn movie-related show here on the internet. This show is always from Movie Lovers Unite, John DiGorio, and I just want to say welcome to the show. We actually have Quentin Bennett with us again. We're going to be doing a movie review for the 1980 Friday the 13th movie. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is Quentin Bennett from Severe Comics. And
All right.
I want you to take over.
Yeah, you've been on this like 3 or 4 times already, so you've been kind of taking over a little bit.
I'm trying to. Wait.
Hey, at least you're being honest. At least you're telling me in front of my face.
That's not how you're supposed to take over stuff.
I thought this was. Hey, that's how they did it in James Bond. So, you know. But, like I said, this is actually going to be our Friday the 13th review. We're going to be talking about that for about 30 minutes. After that, we're going to go in and talk about some of the movies that we actually grew up with that's horror-related and things like that, stuff that actually scared us. And then after that, that's going to be the end of the show. But, you know, this movie is actually pretty good. I actually like this movie. This movie, actually, I still remember watching this film back when I was a kid and just being scared. And not only that, but I didn't realize that the budget was only like $750,000.
Yeah, that was something back then. It was like the Blair Witch Project of that era, if you think about it.
That's actually true, if you actually think about it, because of the way the camera is. You don't see the killer. It has that shaky cam a little bit, but it's actually necessary for what they're doing. Yeah. So, if you think about it, though, it was a found footage movie before found footage was even thought of, in a certain sense.
In a strange way. I don't know. I can't remember which one came out first. If it was the Friday the 13th or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That, you know, the very low budget horror movies that hit big.
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out first. It was in 1975, I believe. But yeah, the budget for the film was $750,000 for this movie, and then it made $59.8 million at the box office. So it made some bank in the box office.
And we get to see a bunch of our now beloved movie stars getting killed.
Right? We get to see Kevin Bacon. We get to see a couple of Betsy Palmer. Yeah. We get to see a bunch of other people getting killed and everything. But, you know, what I love about this film was, you know, when it first opens up, you don't even see the killer.
Kevin Bacon died.
Well, it's been 30 years, so yeah. Take it for what it is.
Kevin Bacon don't know that. Kevin Bacon is Kevin Bacon.
He's just bringing home the bacon. Or not Kevin so much Bacon in this movie.
Kevin Bacon playing as Kevin Bacon in the movie Kevin Bacon. Son of the bacon.
Oh my god. But yeah, what I love about this though is whenever it first opens up though, you don't even see the killer, you don't see anybody.
You see booze
like that. You see that, but you actually see. I'm getting to that part in a minute. But you actually get to see the camp counselors and stuff like that, and you actually get the story that they're trying to take care of these kids, and these other 2 camp counselors go out to the back to make out, and that's where you actually see the boobs. And
that's all I saw in the back. I'm sorry.
But, you know, you don't see the killer, you don't see anything. You see this first-person view type of style filming.
Yeah.
That we haven't seen before, which I thought that was actually pretty cool. Then you also go into the whole entire bit where this girl's trying to go and be a camp counselor. I forgot how many years it actually passed since that last group of teens actually died out there.
I think it was like maybe 20, 25 years. I can't really remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. I should have, you know.
We'll just go
before we started.
Well, I did watch it, but I forgot how many years that it actually took place afterwards, because I don't think it actually gives you the actual years on it, though. I don't think.
I think it did.
Well, we can all put 20 years if you want to. So
Yeah, I
basically,
think maybe 20 years because she was a young mother and she's at the time, and she's now pretty much I would say in her late 60s.
right, late 60s. Yeah, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect.
Yeah,
But we see this other girl though that's actually going to be joining the counselors. She's supposed to be the cook. She goes into this little small town diner, and all of a sudden you see this crazy guy.
yeah. There's always a
That, there's always that one person in a small town that's that crazy person.
I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
It is cursed.
Yes!
But yeah, it's cursed and stuff like that. It's supposed to not make any money or anything like that. And so, anyways, they go on ahead. She gets a ride from this other guy who's just right to the camp, and that's whenever he drops her off, and that's when another Jeep comes in, and we don't see the killer still. And it's
Yeah.
once again the shaky cam kind of thing, that terrifying thing of this girl being picked up, and she doesn't know who anybody is or anything like that.
Hi, where's the kill cam?
The kill cam before the kill cam.
That's a weird name to call yourselves. What's your name? Dead meat.
But yeah, what do you think of that scene though alone? With her getting picked up and everything, you don't even see the killer. All you see is her talking to somebody, but you don't know who it is.
You see, if I remember correctly, all you saw was the feet when you get picked up. Well, what got a different scene I would think about in that movie?
Well, you don't even see the feeder or anything like that. You only get to see. You don't even get to see the driver at all. You just see the girl looking at the driver.
Okay, I remember now that we're talking about the driver. Sorry,
It's okay. But yeah, you don't see the driver or anything like that. The girl's talking to the driver, and the driver's just speeding and not even watching what they're doing or anything like that. And it's scaring the girl half to death. And then finally, the girl just winds up, I think, jumping out the car. And then that's when the killer starts chasing her.
Wee! cut. You had to scream, not go wee. It's fun, boss.
But yeah, then we actually get to see that, and then we also see, and it cuts over to the other counselors that we're actually introduced to.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one scene that I love is the part where this one dude has the Indian feathers on his head.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
And then
he's like,
bacon.
Yeah. But he was doing his Indian dance and everything. Not Kevin Bacon, but the kid that is just completely being a teenager and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
the
scene they sit around the campfire and talk about how Jason Voorhees died and everything. And they came out. I think it was Kevin Bacon that did it, right? But he jump out of the woods, go. Ooh!
Well, not only that, but it was also the cop that was actually telling them to look out for that crazy guy inside the cafe. I think it was Al was his name.
Yeah.
And he winds up the cop winds up telling him, "Look, be careful of Al. He's been on the loose and everything. You never know when he's gonna pop up." And next thing you know, the cop actually thinks that the guys are actually high because of things that they're actually doing, especially the guy that's dressed like an Indian, the kid that's actually dressed like an Indian and everything.
Yeah.
But I thought that was actually funny. But
sorry, there was a yawn right there.
It's okay. But yeah, I mean, I thought that that was actually pretty good. It's pretty entertaining on that part where the cop actually comes in and tells them to be on the lookout for Al. Then Al all of a sudden shows up in the kitchen
Okay.
because while they're trying to cook, and he's like, "This place is cursed. This place will never make any money or anything like that." And then he just runs off on his bicycle, like nothing happened.
I'm sorry. This thing about that was just funny.
That was actually pretty cool. To be honest with you, looking back on that now, that was actually pretty corny.
Yeah. To me, it's funny.
Right. I mean, it's funny but funny though. Now you're looking back at it though, with Al riding on the bike and scaring the camp counselors, and the camp counselors don't know anybody inside that town. The town thinks of them as an outcast because they're basically trying to reopen this Camp Crystal Lake all over again.
How many times they did that before when they reopened it? About 5 times they tried to reopen the camp?
Yeah, they tried about maybe 5 times to reopen it, and they never learned.
Oh,
and then, of course...
we changed the address.
But then there's also the part where Kevin Bacon, and it's raining, and then that girl goes in the cabin, and then they start having sex, and then all of a sudden, the killer winds up stabbing him through the heart with an arrow.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene. Kevin Bacon was just laying down like this, all happy and everything. Oh, this is the best life ever.
Then all of a sudden, life just comes out of nowhere and stabs you with an arrow.
Hello, have you heard about my Lord and Savior, the arrow?
But
I think I'm getting it now. I'm getting into it.
But yeah, you can definitely tell though in the 80s that they were relying on cheap jump scares and stuff like that. It was very.
Oh yeah,
none of these.
The whole party banging in, and she was just running out the whole camp, and she like found and hooked bands and other campers all dead.
Right.
They were like hooked to walls, hanging on upside down.
Right. And another thing though too that nowadays when they make horror movies, sometimes they actually have layers to them, to the characters. And with this, they don't even have any layers. It's just like paint by the numbers kind of characters that you don't really, kind of like throwaway characters, hoping that they survive. And you have every character that you actually choose throughout this movie, hoping that they'll make it. Because really, there's not really any backstory to any of the characters. It's like, okay, the premise is pretty simple. You have 5 camp counselors in a camp that's they're trying to reopen it, and good luck on surviving. That's
I'll bet you're in, kids.
Right.
Oh, we will survive by Crystal Lake. You don't see Jason Voorhees as a
you don't even. Right, you don't even see Jason at all in this film at all. And most people actually get confused on this because some people forget that Jason's not in the first film.
I'm sorry that the imagery just seeing like how Survivor is. You just see Jason just sitting out there, and everyone's like making votes.
But yeah, I mean.
Say goodbye. You were saying that you got that out of my head.
No, it's okay, it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think that this was actually pretty good for the 1980s. Like I said, you don't need a lot of background on some of these characters or anything like that.
It was a good start. It was a good start for something.
Especially a low budget film like that in the 80s, $100,000 or $550,000, and it made 56.3 million.
Man, I was like, when I first saw this movie, I was like maybe 10 years old.
I was like,
Okay, I was by myself.
Oh, I was too. I was probably about 8 years old, maybe 10, when I saw this movie,
I
and
was
it made me not want to go camping. I'll tell you that.
makes me want to go camping more. I was like, good grief,
But yeah, I felt like that this film also too has a lot of good jump scares in it to the point you can actually believe that the character's actually scared. Not only that, but also energizes you into this movie and makes you forget about the surroundings that you're actually watching this film on and everything too, which actually is part of the reason why you would actually want to watch this kind of horror movie, to make you actually forget things that are around you.
Yeah,
And when those jump scares actually happen, it's there for a reason. But if you've seen this movie over 1,000 times, those jump scares are not going to mean anything because you're expecting it.
oh yeah. I mean, I always thought that those finding the bodies were all part of the tactic of the serial killer back then.
Yeah,
And it's like it's like the Miss Voorhees is just have a goal and those connections that to find those bodies to scare her.
another,
That's why
another.
the time.
Well, another thing though too is the reveal that it wasn't a guy that was actually killing these camp counselors. That's actually
Yeah,
something too.
it was Miss Voorhees the whole time. The sweet little 60-year-old lady.
with a sweater on.
Yeah,
They would never expect.
sweater. The sweater, the knitted sweater.
Right. That's homemade. It looks like something that she'd actually crafted up herself.
Yeah.
And then, she just decides to go out, kill camp counselors that are having sex because her son died during camp counselors that were having sex and having drugs and stuff like that. So the motivation behind the reason
she created you can say that she was possessed by Jason, or you can say that she created a split personality.
I wouldn't say split personality per se. Oh well, yeah, maybe split personality because she did say, "Mommy, kill him." She did say, "Mommy, killed him."
I would say back then when they first made it, you could probably say that she was possessed by Jason. But when the sequel comes out, you can say that it was a split personality disorder.
I would say that the split personality disorder that was placed on the mother wanting to get revenge, Jason wanting to get revenge on the camp counselors.
Yeah,
because that would actually make more sense than her being possessed.
Plus, it would help with that supernatural strength that she got.
True.
In the movie, because when you get that split personality, even your physical powers has been enhanced or decreases depending on the personality.
That's true. That's actually true, though. So with hers, it was definitely increased a heck of a lot. If you think about it, especially when you have the machete in her hand, and then you actually have one of the camp counselors that's actually trying to take her down. There's that struggle where she does have a lot more strength than she's supposed to. This little woman.
I think, and that seemed that she even hit her in the head and everything with tools.
And she just kept on getting up, no matter what she did.
And I'm like,
she was there to set a point.
This is a tough old lady. Can you imagine her being part of Girl Scouts? Here's the cookies.
Oh. Let's see. Hi from Crichton Shops. Was Camp Shelby actually filmed in Alabama?
Oh, it was Alabama?
Really?
Look at that.
I didn't know that.
Knowledge is power. G.I. Joe.
Thanks, man. I didn't know that. Great for clearing that up. That's actually pretty cool. But, I just thought it was very, very impressive on how much strength that she actually had, the personalities, and stuff like that.
It was pretty cool to see an old lady outpower.
Outpowered people that are actually younger than her, like 17 or 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? But also, too, some of them were very gullible.
Yeah.
And, I think that, some teenagers are very gullible to the point where, yeah, they would actually take a ride from another person and everything and try and bring them to a certain destination and things like that. Because teenagers are not actually fully on thinking. So I
Oh,
think
no.
that during
I
that
was
time,
there. Yeah. I was a
you were
teenager
there.
once.
I was there too, but I never tried hitchhiking.
Oh, I was having a flashback.
Oh, okay. Did Miss Betsy try to kill
No,
you?
no, don't make me wear that dress. No. That was my horror story. What's yours?
I have one. I have one where I had a nightmare that Freddy Krueger came alive, like a little action figure thing that you actually press at Toys R Us, and it came to full life, and I could actually feel the flames off the heater. You know what I'm talking about, the boiler room
Oh yeah,
and everything. And I could actually see his face in the boiler room, and I could actually feel the flames. I woke up in a cold sweat when I was a
dang.
kid. Yeah.
You wanna hear what's funny? I was watching horror movies all the time when I was little and everything. And one thing that gave me a nightmare, and that surprised me so much because my parents told me what it was because I completely forgot about it. But my mom and dad told me what it was. It was Godzilla.
Oh wow! I didn't. I really Godzilla scared you.
I didn't know.
Well,
Plus,
I mean,
get nightmares of teddy bears. I do
you
remember
see,
teddy.
I can understand Godzilla in a way because of the fact you're talking about
Movie monsters. Nothing. Godzilla. Oh, okay.
well, think of it like this: you have this 7-foot Godzilla that's actually trying to burn your house down.
And me without a marshmallow. I want to buy you a marshmallow.
But let's talk about the ending of Friday the 13th, and then we can get into some of the stuff that actually scared us.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, Crichton asked, if y'all could make a haunted house from this movie, what would y'all create?
We can have haunted house from this movie. Curious. But if I was able to make a haunted house out of that place, I probably get a it slipped my mind. Dang it.
Okay, well, I'll tell Craig.
You go. Trying to incorporate my brain here.
It's okay. What I'll do is I'll tell Crichton about mine, though. I would actually do a haunted cabin, and then down the hill, you would actually have the bathrooms and stuff like that where the camp counselors are at. But and then inside the cabin, though, you actually have several other different monsters and stuff like that inside that cabin. And then the only way out is actually through the back door. And then through the back door, you go on ahead and then you try and escape. And then the path that you go on is actually where the bathrooms are. And there's even more creepy stuff where the bathrooms are at and everything. But I would also do like a scavenger hunt type of style thing where they actually have to look for the key. Too. To where, in order for them to get into the bathroom, either number one, they have to go ahead and try and pick the lock. They have to try and find ways to actually get in. Mine would actually be like a type of. Huh?
I hate that stuff.
Claim that I would buy a ticket.
Well,
but yeah, I would definitely make like a scavenger hunt type of thing. You actually have a list of things that you have to find before you actually can do the main event, which is actually the cabin. But if you can't find somebody else has it, you're out so well. And then as soon as you die, you're actually automatically out of the haunted house. Yeah. So therefore, you don't even get the whole entire thing. So your goal is to actually survive.
$20. I barely even made it through the front door.
Well, that's another thing, though, too. If you make it, you get to have your $20 back. If you don't, well, you better study up on your.
Do it again. Put it back in.
I can see it. No, that was Timmy. That's not me. That was Timmy.
No, Timmy, no.
Or you have Carmen. Yeah, I give it to me. That was the best. You go ahead and let me. But yeah, who would you have? I mean, what would you do for the haunted house though?
Well, what I would do, I would start out as a haunted hayride, and you drive your way right to the campsite. And when you get to the campsite, you have to run straight into the cabins. You run from the serial killer, you run from jump scares and everything like that. It'd be pitch dark in those cabins. You get a flashlight, and then you work your way to the boat side. You have to jump on a boat.
You're doing a whole entire boot camp kind of style.
That's mine. Climb the ladder.
Well, quit making her cramp. I'm not carrying you. You're on your own.
Remember me.
Then all of a sudden, while the person's on the creepy Jason just pops out and grabs you.
Yeah.
Just like the movie.
I come back from you. I bring hell.
But yeah, I think that after Bessie winds up losing her head and everything, well, when her head gets chopped off, when her head gets chopped
off.
But yeah, when her head got chopped off, I thought that was actually going to be the end of it. Then you see the camp counselor on the boat. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Jason just pops up, and then that's how they actually set up the sequel.
Yeah, that made me jump a little bit. I wouldn't lie about that. I was like,
same here as well. That actually made me wet the bed a little bit as a kid.
But I was just a little surprised. I was like, oh. Need to get that looked at.
But overall, I think it was a pretty good movie for its time in the 1980s. I think it worked for its time.
Yeah, it worked for its time, and then let me try and remember the remake of that. Of the first Friday the
13th. The 2010 remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a little bit of it.
I thought it was like in 2006.
No, wait. 2007. It was 2007.
Yeah, I was close.
It came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I saw the movie twice. I saw it on the showing, and then I forgot who I brought. I brought somebody with me for the second viewing, for the second time.
Yeah, what do you think about the remake of that?
All I could say is I think that Jason was just pissed off because somebody was trying to steal his weed.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Jason. They made Jason more of a hunter in that movie than anything else.
Oh, Quentin said something to you. Quentin, I would call Freddy for reinforcements for your haunted house.
Well, thank you. I would call him too. He's a good piece of delivery, man.
Very peaceful haunted house. But what did you think of the remake of the 2007 remake for Friday the 13th? Did you like it, or did you remember not liking it as much as the 1980s one? Or
I actually did enjoy it. It was a good popcorn flick, but they pretty much took the horror element out of it. It made it into more of a gore fest.
I could see that.
But of course, a lot of the new Friday, the sequels were, gore fest. But you gotta think of when the first one came out, it was more suspense and horror than anything else. They
Exactly.
the gore was pretty much secondary, in a sense.
Right. The gore was actually necessary rather than having gore for
Yeah,
the sake of having gore.
yeah. Uh,
You know. But for me, for the Friday the 13th, the 2007 remake, I thought it was okay. Once again, the characters didn't have any layers to them. But my
yeah,
favorite thing was the Asian kid. I remember. Okay, first of all, I remember seeing this at midnight, right?
yeah,
So when the Asian kid pops out of the trunk of the SUV, I remember these two black people. Oh hell no, he's gonna die. He's gonna die first. And you know what else was funny though? Then all of a sudden there was this other black dude that was actually in the movie though too. I'm like, well, there's a 50-50 chance either the Asian dude's gonna make it or the other dude's gonna make it.
none of them
But
make it. No one.
no, not the one single one. But I do have
The
to say the
director's like,
Asian dude the Asian dude is one of my favorite actors though. I remember seeing him in Disturbia and then him popping out of the trunk and
yeah,
everything else. I was like, okay, this is gonna be funny though, because it's the
yeah,
dude from Disturbia.
yeah,
And then I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the best Friday the 13th remake or anything like
yeah.
that by a long shot. The
Plus,
dialogue,
one thing I didn't really like is Jason using traps and everything. I can
right.
never really see him as a trap person.
Right, and then they were trying to explain how he pops up randomly in the woods, so he just goes underground, pops up
Yeah,
into this.
underground tunnels. Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
like,
care about that.
to me, I was like, you know what? You don't need to know how he pops out of it, out of it
But
everywhere.
I did like the idea he kidnapped the girl and pretty much hold her hostage because she reminds him of his mother. That was a
Right.
that was kind of neat. I did like that aspect of it.
That was a different aspect to Jason that we didn't see before, which is actually pretty interesting. But at the same time, it makes me wonder, would he have actually killed the girl anyways? Would he have actually even cared? And
I think eventually he would have killed her because eventually he would figure out that that's not his mom.
right. But
But
I
he
mean,
was getting the idea anyway later in that movie when she was running away.
right. Oh, you're not my mom.
Mommy!
Right?
No!
Get back over here. Yeah.
Where's my cereal? Get back here!
Yeah. But yeah, I did feel like it was like paint by the numbers kind of style, cheap jump scares that we always seen from Friday the 13th movies. I didn't really feel like there was like anything different that they added to it or anything like that, other than like casting choices and stuff like that. But other than
Yeah.
that, you actually have the same old story, but it just continued off of after a couple of years later, after his mother died, and then
Yeah,
Jason carried on.
and plus you didn't really feel bad when those teenagers got killed either because pretty much almost all of them were all jerks to begin with.
Right. The rich dude was definitely a jerk
Yeah. Yeah,
and everything.
I was sitting there going, he's most likely going to die the most bad way. And I was like,
And he did. But let's go on ahead. What other horror movies actually scared you that was a kid that you remember? What's the one monster that actually stood out to you?
The one monster that stood out to me, I would say it'd be Ridley's Aliens.
Okay. Let's
The face. What got me was you don't see. There's like no eyes, no nothing. You just see teeth, and then that mouth open, and you see the other set of teeth, and you're like, oh god. And there's a slimy and ooey. Ooh.
I can definitely see that as you being scared of something like that because I know I would be if I actually saw an alien like that. So yeah, that would actually be something that would actually be the standout for me.
Plus, it
But
didn't help you see that chest bursting scene for the first time. At a young
right,
age. Oh.
let's see. Another thing for me would be Chucky when I was little because of the fact you have a doll that's the same height as me and he can
Yeah.
kill me and try and possess me. That's scary if you actually think about it as a kid.
And he
That's
wanted to be your friend. Okay, that's a little bit too close of a friendship out here.
especially when he wants to take your
You
soul.
are my best friend. He wants to kill me. Take my soul. Oh,
But yeah, I definitely. But like I said, I mean, now all I got to do is just kick him, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing.
I don't know. I seen that done a billion times. It didn't seem to work on him.
Didn't kick him hard enough. Like I'm talking about, like clean out the window kind of hard, like a football kind of hard.
I think
Here's
that's
a little bit of echo.
Yeah, there was a little echo for a split minute. Yeah, I would say I was scared of the first Alien movie, but when the sequel came out to it, I was like floored. I became a massive Alien fan after that one. I was buying action figures and all kinds of crazy stuff on that one.
Oh yeah, the second Aliens is always gonna be my favorite one, aside from the first one. But I really liked Aliens as well.
Yeah,
Let's see, Nightmare on Elm Street would actually be up there.
yeah. Evil Dead.
Oh, Evil Dead is one of my
Evil Dead.
favorites.
Evil Dead was wicked. Man,
It
I think
was,
that movie gave me goosebumps when I was young.
especially the part where the demon comes out from the trap door.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm gonna eat your soul," and I'm like, hmm?
Kinky.
But yeah, that actually.
you know.
I just broke you.
Jesus, looking through the car. I'm gonna eat your soul. He's like going kinky. She's like, what? No, you're not supposed to be.
You must like this. What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to scare you.
But looking back on that now, though, it's not as scary as what it was back in the 80s. Because if you actually look at it, you can actually tell there are certain things that was in that film that was actually cheesy. And you can actually tell that I mean, it's still it doesn't hold up well today, though. If you actually go back and look at it.
I think the creator saw that was going to be cheesy after he got done with the first one, and then when he did the second one, he decided to go all out on the cheesiness.
That's true. That's very true. Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi.
But I do have to say, I do enjoy the remake of The Evil Dead. I like it just as much as the original.
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was pretty good, but
I just missed the comedy, the fun element to it. That's all.
Right, Ash going groovy and all that stuff,
and you just see his weird faces all the time. He's like,
but yeah, I definitely love The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What about video games? Video games. Let's talk about video games for a little bit.
Okay.
What's your favorite horror video game?
Silent Hill would be my go-to, and then Evil Within is my other go-to.
I would go with the Resident Evil series.
You're gonna go with the Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Resident Evil, but
Not the. I'm not a fan of the 5 and 6. Just to be clear with the audience, I'm not into the big action thing. I like the first one though. The first one was great.
Oh, I love the first three. First three are my favorite.
Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. The
Right,
Trinity
Resident Evil, Nemesis, yeah.
Have you played the?
Huh?
Have you played the remade versions?
I played the remake of the second one, but the third one, no, because I found out that they cut out some of my favorite stuff out of the original.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
true.
no, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. But it was fun for what it has. But it should have been a DLC with just 6 hours of content. You know,
To me, I
it's
think
kind
they should have just kept the whole thing in.
yeah. I think what
Because
happened was that Sony and Capcom just saw a cash grab and they rushed it all.
I could see
It's
that.
kind
I
of
could definitely see that. Especially whenever the success of the second Resident Evil movie was a success. Well, not movie, but video game was a success.
yeah.
So I can definitely see that. But come on, how can you not have that scene, that part in the video game where you're getting chased by Nemesis in the police station?
I know
And
that
then
was they left out a whole lot. You know, the clock tower scene, the cemetery, the grave digger.
that's my
Man,
favorite things about Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 is my favorite.
you get to explore the whole city and everything in that one. They Capcom has missed out a lot on that one on that cash grab.
I agree. They did definitely did a big cash out for that one, and they screwed the pooch on it. They could have actually done a lot,
Yeah,
and that's why I didn't purchase the third one because I saw everybody so disappointed with the third remake. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna waste my time, my money on that or whatever. I might catch it whenever it's on PS1, whenever they release it for free,
yeah, they will.
and do it that way. But I'm not paying $60 for a game that only has 6 hour gameplay and don't have everything that I love from the third and original Resident Evil video game. But what do you think of the remake for the second video game?
Yeah, I kind of the one game that turned out very good as a movie was Silent Hill.
Silent Hill was the first one. I know people didn't really care for the first Silent Hill movie or anything like that.
Yeah,
But, as a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. My first time seeing the movie in theaters, I was kind of down about it because I'm like, okay, where's the main character? Where's Harry at? Harry is just a little side character. It's about his wife who's
oh
trying
yeah,
to bring her daughter over the town. And I just scared her the first go round. Then as I got
yeah,
older, I was like maybe 18, 19 whenever I saw it, but as I got older, I started realizing what it was mostly about. It was about his mother who's trying to do anything for her daughter. It was the love of for her daughter to try and get some
yeah,
closure in this town that's haunting her. So I forgot all about the video game aspect. I'm into it just
yeah.
watching it as a movie.
Yeah, I think if they would have gotten away with the Sean Bean character, that when they if they would have done a sequel with him in it would have been even more terrifying.
True.
Because I love him as an actor. He's a good actor. That would have been a good role for him if he was the main character for Silent Hill.
I agree. I think that would have been really good. But
But
yeah, I really
I
like.
like where it went.
Huh?
But I like where that movie went.
I did too. I really have to say the first Silent Hill was really good. The second one, it was alright.
I didn't get a chance to see the second one.
Did you know that the actor who plays Jon Snow was in that movie?
Really?
Yeah.
You know that.
And Sean Bean, of course, was in it. again.
Yeah, I know he was in it. I just never got the chance to go see that movie.
Right.
You know, when you're busy all the time, you're like, well, I put that on a bucket list. Maybe
But
one day when I'm 81 years old, I have to.
but I would like to actually see an Evil Within movie or TV series on Netflix.
I was thinking that would make a good TV series because you got a lot of explaining to do on that show.
Exactly. I would like
Because
to actually have a 12 episode season 1 limited series for Evil Within and see how it goes.
oh yeah, you got Ruvik, you got Castellano. Man, you got
All
a
right.
man. Can you imagine the acid trip on that show?
I don't know. Doctor Strange did me in on the acid trip thing whenever I saw that movie. But, I really have to say, too, another one that's probably like a little bit of an acid trip is probably maybe third or fourth Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Oh yes, that was a trippy one.
But
Uh,
let's see, was there anything else you wanted to cover?
what? I'm trying. I'm, I'm yawning.
It's okay.
I've been doing that a lot today. Ugh. All right, what were you saying?
And was there anything else that you wanted to cover as far as things go, or
uh, let's see. I remember one time I met the cast and crew for Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
oh, you did?
Yeah, there was it was the one with they got the kids and the coach and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that number 3?
3 is the one. Well, the one part 2 was the one with the coach, the abusive
Okay,
coach. Right.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. And the cast and the whole cast is still friends with each other and everything. So that's one of the cool parts. Of course, Robert Englund wasn't there. He had to change his. He wasn't there at the time.
No, but it's just good to. But I know he's still friends with the original cast members from the first film.
Yeah, it was funny because the cast members were like telling how much Robert Englund gets into the role. They were like talking to him as normal as day, but when he gets the makeup on, he'd be cussing them out. That's like pretty cool. Good. Like I forget which one of the cast members says this, but he says, I wanted to say hi to Robert Englund one time. He got the makeup on and everything. He told me to fuck off.
I love it. They said to Robert though. In fact, I actually met Robert though. I met Robert Englund before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, at a con.
Right?
I met him at Comic-Con.
Which one?
It was over in New Orleans. It was over at WizardCon.
Oh, okay.
And I actually got an autograph picture, and then on the picture says, "To John, sleep kills." and I got him to do like the Freddy Krueger voice. I got him to do that. Of course, I got him to do it for like $50. It was worth it.
Yeah.
But another thing though too, but nobody knows this, but he actually was in Star Trek.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We had this discussion before.
Yeah, we. Well, it was perfect for this Halloween edition, though.
Everything is now a complete circle. I seen. I met. What was his name?
Oh,
hey.
My girlfriend said, "Hey."
Hey,
hey, babe. Hey, Brandy.
Hey, girlfriend.
She's been listening. So hopefully I'm not in too much trouble.
Well, I met Malcolm. He was in one of the Star Wars Star Trek movies. Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell. I met him at a convention before.
Oh, cool.
Boy, is he a show to watch.
I bet he is. I bet he's like all over the place.
He is all over the place. He was like, I gotta go to sleep.
What year is it?
It was hilarious.
Oh, I made your dog cry. I'm sorry.
Hey, I locked the door on him. He wants attention now.
But anyways, man, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. What about you?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So where can everybody follow you at?
You can follow me on severecomics.com or on Facebook on Severe Comics.
Okay. And of course, everybody, you can follow me at John DeGorio on Facebook, or you can follow me at John DeGorio8 or Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite on Facebook. We actually do have a website called movieloversunite.com. You can also donate to the show. This is just to keep the lights on for Movie Lovers Unite. If you guys actually want to donate towards the show to show your love and support, and it's called buymeacoffee.com/movielovers. And you guys can go ahead and donate me a couple of cups of coffee, get me amped up, and just going ahead. Oh, Brandy has something that I didn't know what you meant. Didn't know you. Oh, I didn't know you meant Freddy Krueger. Yeah, babe. I actually got to meet him in 2013.
You've been living 14. A double life, have you?
I forgot. Well, she's asleep. I'm going out meeting celebrities. I'm having an entourage of people. This is why I'm so tired whenever I get to see her.
The other guys.
You see, this is why I'm tired by the time Friday rolls around. I'm busy partying, eating, right, drinking Bacardi's,
Dude, you're a pimp. No, I was helping a friend. They call me
helping, yep, and helping with homework. But yeah, if you guys actually want to go on ahead and support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/movielovers. You can buy me a couple of cups of coffee. It goes towards the show. You can get me better sound equipment, stuff like that. Not only that, but I also want to start doing digital movie giveaways and stuff like that towards our fans for being loyal listeners. And of course, you guys can follow me on Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite on Instagram, and we also have a Pinterest now too. So you guys can follow me on the Pinterest over there. And always, until next time, bye-bye.
And undescribed.